A new Black Monday, that is what it's being called today. Markets across the world are just having a very shitty time. Now, I'm going to give you guys an update about everything that's going on. I'm going to try to make this short because every time I try to record this video, I'm hacking up a lung here, so I'm going to try to make it short. Plus, there's Loki. So, we have Bitcoin crashing today, Ethereum, other altcoins all just having a really bad day. On top of that, we have Japan freaking the fuck out. They are down about 12%. Imagine if you guys had stocks or your retirement account in Japan. You are in complete panic mode right now. And then, of course, Europe and the US all having really bad days and a lot of bad news coming out on top of that. So here are a few things I want you guys to understand about what's leading this move down, because this has been very rapid, very crazy, and I want to bring back a few points that I talked about about a couple years ago, actually. So first thing, the easy thing that everybody's going to be talking about, hey, guess what? Did the Fed hold interest rates too high for too long? The jobs report makes people say yes, and that's freaking people out a little bit more here. We all know that, okay? That's the first big thing when we're talking about what's causing the immediate downfall of a lot of the markets. That's going to be the number one thing that people talk about, okay? And the number one thing that is true. Second, Israel, Iran, Hezbollah, there's some type of imminent attack about to happen here, and we're going to see what happens, basically. Usually when Iran attacks or Hezbollah, it's nothing too big. There's a lot of fuzzing, a lot of buzzing around, but nothing ever crazy really happens here. So we're going to wait and see. Once that kind of finishes off, the market may try to bounce up a little bit here, but that's also something that we have going against us, I would say. Watch the price of oil when that attack comes through. Now, finally here, the rest of the world is kind of a shitstorm in general. I don't know if you guys saw this, but the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, she just got flown and she evacuated the country. I think she's like chilling out somewhere else now. She basically fled her own country. They took over her governor's mansion, or whatever you want to call it, presidential mansion, and that's leading to, again, more chaos across the world. Funny enough, when the world is coming together to do the Olympics, the world is also falling apart. Kind of crazy how this stuff happens. Now, here's what my thoughts are over the next few weeks and months. I told you guys this back in 2022 and last year, and I tell you guys every now and again. If you guys recall, a couple years ago, Facebook was going through some issues where they were spending so much money on their metaverse program, if you will. And we saw Facebook go down within a few months, go down about 60 to 70%. It was a very, very bad time. And during that process, I wanted to remind you guys that, hey, just because something is a stock, it doesn't mean it can't fall and come down pretty to extreme lows. And I think the same thing can be said for a lot of different assets out there in the market. And by that, I mean this. There is so much fake, frothy money in the market these days because it was all just printed out so recently over the past few years, remember? That this money can move in and out of the markets very, very, very quickly. So don't be surprised if you see stocks coming down another 10, 20, 30%, only for them to spike up out of nowhere. Where I would say that my priorities are right now is, I told you guys yesterday I wasn't going to be doing as much dollar cost averaging. I'm really just going to try to focus more on Bitcoin right now and dollar cost average that. And then where I think I'm moving to is just waiting for that weekly chart to turn bullish for some of those longer term trades with altcoins and things like that. Because right now, most of our altcoins, I have large enough bags where I don't want to make the bags any larger, to be honest. And I'm just going to say, hey, cutting off those bags. I'm going to wait and see what happens over the next few months once we have rate cuts and stuff like that. But where I'm most just kind of being aware is, hey, we see that change of character is bearish. We see the RSI, stochastic, MACD, they're all very, very bearish right now. I am waiting for them to turn bullish. Until that happens, I'm kind of just waiting to see what happens here with dollar cost averaging and a lot of trading. Obviously, if you guys saw us last night, we were doing some good trades. But if you guys are looking for short-term swing trades, as lower highs as we're in this downtrend, I would still say if you guys can get some bullish activity from that daily chart, take a trade on it. I'll tell you guys when I'm going to be doing it. We're just not there yet. At this point in time, the market feels like it wants to go down even more. We'll have to see if it's going to have a nice bounce first, or if it's just going to continue coming straight down, because we fell through $50,000 like it was nothing. So we're going to have to give this a little bit more time here. Loki's chilling. I have a bad cough about to happen here, so I'm going to say goodbye. If you guys have any questions, just comment them down below and I'll answer them. I'm still too sick to really do much today, but I think I'm going to stream slowly while not talking a bunch, and I'm not even going to show my face because you could already see I got snot rolling down my fucking nose right now. But I'll have a picture instead of my face there so I can talk with you guys. But it'll be a slow stream tonight for sure. Very, very slow stream. Thanks, everybody.